morning, tribe. It's 6:20, just turned 6:29 a.m. Today is Tuesday, the 13th of March, 2018. Anno Domini here on planet Earth. So I've noticed I do that in a lot of videos. So I'm gonna do it way more soy boy from now on, just cause. So anyway, I was thinking, I'm on my way to work. I will also be, thank God, shooting tomorrow. Supposed to shoot this past weekend and life happened and it did not happen. So I will be shooting tomorrow and I will be getting you footage of that. I am also going to hopefully be shooting your first aid video either today or tomorrow. I want to take my time with this one or with that one. And to that end, I finally convinced YouTube to let me shoot videos that are longer than 15 minutes so I don't feel an onus to rush. As somebody else, I've had a lot of questions actually about the long-range bug-out bag. And I'm thinking I might do a separate of just the bag and its contents. Not the system, but just the bag and its contents. So I can take my ever-loving sweet time, line by line by line, to show you guys what I'm rocking there without rushing. But I've talked often on this channel about a truck loadout, basically, and I believe I have one video called Roll Heavy or something to that effect, that if you have a vehicle-borne system, load that sucker up. You're not carrying it. The truck is, right? So you have your ancillary gear that the truck carries, and then your primary gear needs to be a man-portable system that you can grab it and go if something happens to your vehicle, your truck, your car, your motorcycle, your bicycle, your tricycle, your, what do they call those things? Where it's like a giant kite and you surf around on it. One of those. If you got one of those kite/surfboard things and that thing goes down, great white takes a bite out of your board and you're stuck. That system falls apart. You need to have a man-portable system. But we Americans, generally speaking, have vehicles. And so if you have vehicles, what should be in your vehicle? Well, I've talked about this many a time, but I've never actually done a single thought piece on it. So first things first, I carry a standalone trauma kit. It's like a level 2+ trauma kit, which is everything from boo-boos to arterial bleeds and compound fractures. No field surgery. Field surgery is best left to the experts, of which I am not, but I know enough to get by. But field surgery, no thanks. So this is a level 2+ kit, and it sits literally on the transmission hump on the floor in between the driver's seat and the passenger seat. It can be grabbed by pretty much anybody in the truck, and if we have to exit the vehicle without haste, whoever is in the driver's side or the passenger side can grab it and go. In addition to what came in that kit, it was a pretty good kit, and I'm gonna do more on that when I do the first aid video. I added a cat tourniquet, and Adventure Medical Kits makes a $20 kit you can get on Amazon that's basically a quick clot sponge, some 2x2s, some 4x4s, rolled gauze, I think some no-hurt tape, and a couple other items, little roll of duct tape. It's $20. And I add those to all of my first aid kits, mostly for the quick clot, but the extra stuff that it comes with is good as well. So if you had to make a blowout kit, that $20 kit and a tourniquet is a good start. It's a really good start. It's not everything, but it's a good start. So I carry that. That's my basic first aid for the truck, is a level 2+. and it's a dedicated kit. I carry 2 rucks in the truck. One is mine. One is, it's that Condor bag that I've showed you guys in the long range video and that I'm probably going to do a standalone on. Why is it in the truck? Well, I spend a lot of time in the truck. And if I'm not in the truck, wherever I am is near my truck. So if I need to get, the truck goes down and I need to go to a man portable system, basically boots on the ground, it's right there. It's right there. It's in the back seat of this truck, propped up, straps out. All I got to do is walk up to it, throw the straps over my shoulders, cinch them up, and I'm good to go. So I carry my ruck, and then I have an additional ruck because I usually have other people with me in this truck, especially during work hours. In that second ruck is basic 5 C's. There's water in there, there's a knife in there, there's a fire kit in there, there's I think there's a wool blanket in there and some 55-gallon drum liners. There's some paracord, cutting tool, combustion, cordage, container, and cutting tool, cover, cordage, container, and combustion. Right. So, sorry, the baby woke up at 2:34 a.m. this morning, and by about 3:45 I decided, okay, I'm up. My brain hasn't caught on yet, though. So that ruck is mostly empty. That is done on purpose. That if I have somebody with me in the truck and it's time to bug out, we gotta go, we can use that mostly empty ruck to scavenge the useful items in the truck. Like, for example, right now I can see 3 pairs of gloves, half a box of NIOSH dust masks, the trauma kit. There's almost always at least 1 case of water in the back of this truck. There are several tools in this truck that would be good to have. Line pliers, adjustable wrenches, things of that nature. Right? There's stuff in here that's worth having. So that's the point of the second ruck, that if I have somebody with me, we can share that load, strip the truck of its useful items, and we can go. Plus, frankly, and what really convicted me to do that was, if something happens and I'm with my guys down in Dallas or, Weatherford or Houston or wherever, and we got to go, I'm going to feel like a real jerk. I got my stuff and there's nothing for anybody else. And yes, there is a lot to be said for personal responsibility. They should have their own stuff. And when we go on long installs, when we're in different cities, I tell them, hey, bring your bag and then bring your bag, right? So you have your clothes and everything, and then also have anything else that we might need. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And they're generally pretty good about that. I've, by sheer force of will, been pretty good at indoctrinating my men into the thought process that I have. That, hey, you don't want to get caught 200 miles away from home, away from your family with no way to get back. It's worth putting together a get home bag. And so they have. But if we're just down in Dallas for the day, hey, yes, personal responsibility, but also good stewardship. So I have a spare bag for that very reason. I have, depending on what I'm doing and where I'm going, I have either my plate carrier, or, which I've done a separate video on, you can check that out, or my chest rig, which is in the long range bug out bag video, which you can see. So I have everything that I need as far as a loadout is there. Magazines, blowout kit, navigation, compass, Antifa, super cool internet face shields, water bladders, the whole 9. the whole nine. I have my rifle. My AR is in a case on the floor, under the back seat. Also, and there's a video on that. It's showed up in a few videos around here, so you guys should be familiar with what that is. Also, I have a 12 gauge shotgun under the back seat. What brand should I get, T? What model? It doesn't matter. I like the Mossberg 500 and the 590. I'm a Mossberg guy. Does the Remington 870 suck? Nope. It's a good gun. Winchester 1300 is a good gun. What about the Maverick 88? Yeah, it's all right. Mossberg makes it. It's not the greatest, but it'll get the job done. For what most people do with their shotguns, which is shoot maybe a couple hundred rounds through them over the lifetime of the gun, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I like the Mossberg 500. I really like the Mossberg 590. But anyway, there's a 12 gauge back there underneath this seat. Again, for if I have ride-alongs with me. Excuse me. So, I have my full kit. I have basically a full kit minus a chest rig for somebody else with me. And frankly, I'm thinking about putting together an AR pistol and another small chest rig like the Condor Recon model. It's like $35 with sewn in pouches. Even if the thing sucks, which I doubt it will because I've had good luck with Condor, but even if it sucks, it's $35. Right, holds 6 mags, a radio, it's got a GP pouch, nav pouch, admin pouch, and I think a couple of pistol mag pouches. For $35, like, come at me, bro. So I'm thinking about putting that together and putting together a second truck gun and AR pistol for the same reason of the good stewardship loadout, we'll call it. So I have my full loadout. I have a loadout for a friend / companion. I have my first aid kit. I have water. And I have tools, which is something that a lot of people I find with vehicles don't have. If you're gonna have a vehicle, I put one together for my wife. I think I spent under $100 on it, and I realize, brief side note to the side note, I realize I talk often about spending money in this channel, and yeah, I put money back. I tithe money. I save money. I support a couple different mission trips around the world. But I spend money. I spend money. I don't hold on to probably as much money as you could argue that I could, because I'm convinced that these are the fat times and that the lean times are coming. And money, I think, is going to be far less valuable than food, water, ammo, clothes, livestock, seeds, real estate, property. Yeah, the fiat dollar does not impress me, is all I'll say. But I spend money, and I earn that money because it's 6 something in the morning, and I'm about to be at work. And at 6 something this evening, hopefully I'll be on my way home from work. And I do this at least 6 days a week. At least 6 days a week. I work a lot of hours because the hours are here to get. And if I'm going to get them, I'm going to get paid for them. And if I get paid for them, now all of a sudden I have the disposable income that everybody else likes to whine about not having. You are your own worst enemy. I am my own worst enemy. If I need more money, I'll do more work. Or I'll get better at the work that I'm doing so I can charge more. But, sorry, the fire department guy again, he and I keep the same schedule, and he was under the impression that his super bright lights would be a good idea. I pointed them in my eyeballs, so I had to remind him with mine. So we had a shared man moment as we drove past each other. I could feel his aura of disapproval, and he could feel my aura of disapproval, but it's okay. We'll smile and wave at each other tomorrow morning. Neither one of us will be able to see each other because it's pitch black. Thank you, government. But anyway, the brief aside to the brief aside to the brief aside. Yeah, I talk about spending money because that's what it's for. That's what money is for. Right? You're gonna put your money in the bank so you can save it. You're going to accrue interest slower than inflation right now. So yeah, put it into tangible assets like a truck gun, which is why I'm thinking about getting another truck gun, the AR pistol, and a Condor chest rig as a loadout. Because hey, if I don't use them in the truck, I'll hand them to somebody else in the tribe and say, hey, guess what? It finally hit the fan. Oh no, T, what do I do? Strap this on. This dot sight's zeroed for 50 meters. Shoot for the central nervous system. Have fun. I'll contact you on the radio in 12 hours. Try not to poop your pants, right? So that's what's in my truck, y'all. That's what I run. Oh, tools. That's what we're talking about. I can't believe you guys were gonna let me finish this video without addressing tools. I spent about $100 and put together for my wife a little bag. You know, it's like about the size of a 18-inch tool bag, and it has road flares in there. It has triangles. It has one of those little 12-volt pluggy-in air compressor things. It takes 12 and a half minutes to inflate a tire. It goes way louder than it should. There's a bottle of slime in there. What do you call those? Tire plugs are in there. Jumper cables. A tire pressure gauge, air pressure gauge. A few other odds and ends, right? Lug wrench. They're all in that bag. So if she has a vehicle emergency, she can address her issues. The battery won't start. Hey, you got jumper cables. Flat tire. Hey, we got slime and an air compressor. You know, something else happens. She's on the side of the road in the night. Well, she's got her warning triangles and her flares. Like, basic preparedness, people. So yeah, I got one of those too. And I keep a large steel job site box, a knack box, in the bed of this truck, and a lot of this stuff ends up in that knack box with the stuff that I use more often on top and the stuff that I use less often on the bottom. And I like the knack box because it's pretty gray, man. You know, it's just it's a big green box that bolts down into the bed of the truck, and it's got, you know, 2 locks on it, and that's it. Gets the job done. So we're at the shop, 6:46 a.m. That's what I keep in my truck. Now it's y'all's turn. Tell me what else I should have. Oh, last thing. I also have 3 5-gallon cans that I keep strapped in the back of the truck that are full of gasoline, which extends my range in this vehicle about 275 miles. And I generally don't let the fuel level in this truck fall below a half a tank. So, all right, y'all, time to go to work. I'll talk to you guys later. Let me know what I did wrong. Let me know what I should do different.